from Egypt almost 20 years ago. And I came with my husband at the time. He got a job offer here in Des Moines, Iowa in 2008, and we moved here. And here I am on my second marriage. I have 2 kids of my own, 2 boys and 2 stepkids. I grew up in a Muslim family at home, but I was raised to private Catholic schools. So openness to different religions and different cultures, and accepting the fact that people might pray differently, but at the end of the day, we're all in the same country, we're all in the same classroom. I learned empathy and love and respect for all cultures and religion as early as I was, 4 years old? When I came to the US, I graduated with at the time, BA in economics and statistics. And believe it or not, I couldn't find a job that aligns with my skill sets or my educations or the experience I carried coming with me. So when I had to find myself working in babysitting jobs. I found myself a personal chef. I find myself doing errands for people. I couldn't find a job, and when I finally get in a middle or a mid-sized corporate or a finance company, there was no room for me to grow. And I started with a job like $12 an hour. And it was really frustrating for me. It took me like 8 years until I get to that first literally corporate America job. And that was really challenging for me. But along my way since then, I had a lot of people who helped me grow and excel in my career. And I made it a personal commitment and a promise that I have to give back to every single immigrant that I come across, or any person in general, because those who helped me were not necessarily immigrants. We're a lot of people here born and raised here in Iowa. And they helped me, and it was really beneficial. And I always tell my mentees, I would not be where I am today if not for those who lend me a hand, and it's my responsibility to pay it forward. So that's on when it comes to helping people finding jobs or helping them with a resume or sharpening them for interviews. Another critical point in my life was the re-entry after having my second kid, the re-entry into the job market, and how is it challenging for the women, and then you have to take another step back, right? Because you took some time off. And that's something that made me aware of the challenges that women face in the workforce, and put extra more responsibility for me to be aware of the systematic challenges in our system and made me more vocal about it. Years later, I was going through divorce. Believe it or not, living in a fancy home, driving a lovely car, I didn't have money to feed my kids. I was drained in attorney fees. It was ugly and messy divorce, and I've been like 6-7 months as my kids and I are surviving on cereal and milk, and very, very, very limited people knew about that. And I became aware that no matter what people look like or dress like or live in or what car they are driving, you never know what story is behind the scene. And after getting out of this ugly situation, again, my responsibility to give back to food pantries, to women going through divorce or being a victim of domestic abuse, because it was my story in my previous marriage, I made sure that I tell people where resources are and be of a help to anyone that might need help.
Shaimaa defies some of the odds and some of the stereotypes we all have about, in particular, like Muslim women. And so I feel like, I don't know if she really talks about that a lot, but when I see her, that's also what I see. She's inspiring in so many of those levels. First of all, I think we all have this common bond and experience of coming to this country as an immigrant, and what that feels like and how we started from scratch and build our lives. But I feel like being a Muslim woman and, having to appear in a certain way or break some of the stereotypes that people have about her. She must fight this every day in her life, and she's done that with a lot of grace and power, and I think she's pretty amazing.
I have my own definition is each and everyone reach their potential. And we all came from different backgrounds. We all have different skill sets. Each one of us has a different potential. It's not one size fits all. And my definition of prosperity is each and everyone reaching their potential. If not more than that, if it's also improving their potential and help them excel even beyond their potential. I want to thank Sanjita Bardhan for the nomination to such a great opportunity, and I want to thank my parents, especially my mom who's going through a hard time dealing with cancer, and I want to wish well for all cancer survivors and all cancer patients around the world as well. I want to thank my family, my husband, my kids, my stepkids, and my friends. If it's not for my friends, my family, my parents, my mentors, I would not be the person who I am today. And I'm far from my final version, and I have a long way to go ahead of me to learn and grow and evolve. To all my listeners today, please, whatever you're going through, please know it's just a phase in your life. This shall pass and it will get better. But you promise me one thing. No matter what you're going through, whether it's bad or good, take a minute in your day to be grateful and thankful for people around you, for what you're going through, because you will evolve out of this to be a better version of you. Get out and be involved in the community. Show up, be kind, and help one another. Thank you.